Satan lied to me. He told me I was too fat. But God said, even my flowers are different. I made you like that. Satan lied to me. He told me I was ugly, but God said his creations are peculiar, and to him I am beauty. Satan lied to me. He said I was a loser and just dumb, but God said through me, you are victorious, child. You've already won. Satan lied to me. He told me my voice sounded like a man, but God said your voice is essential to your purpose. It's part of my plan. There was a time I was having a serious identity crisis. Because of all the lies, I had become quite indecisive. What lies were you told about yourself? What fallacy has tried to rob you of your celestial wealth? What falsehood has the enemy tried to make you take ownership to? What painful blow tried to take God's light from you? What soul-shattering experience tried to end your life? What man made you feel unfit to be someone's wife? We've all been told lies by the enemy. Her, you, she, and me. For every lie you were told from year to year, for every time you cried one too many salty tears, God has a truth that proves to be the exact opposite to every perjury committed by the number one counterfeit. How many of you don't even know who you are? Trying to reach your identity, but it seems so very far. Or do you see blurred images of who you were made to be, but you are appalled by the circumstance of your reality? I have news for every woman in this room today. There has been a list of lies Satan has formulated to stand in your way. But in spite of all the lies Satan has told, understand when the Most High made you, baby, he broke the mold. God said you are his chosen vessel. Indeed, it's true. Yet we have so many princesses standing in need of a breakthrough. Because the reflection they see in the mirror is weighed down by so many lies. Well, this is your moment of truth, and if you haven't already, it's time to rise. I need you to understand our Heavenly Father does not make trash, and your worth is far greater than any amount of cash. You are his child, the one and the only, no other in creation. You can search high and low from nation to nation. You just won't find anyone who is 100% exact. Listen to me well, because this is certainly a fact. You are a woman of God who has endured many a test. But sister girl, I need you to understand you are blessed. You are the personification of his glory and deeply loved. You were chosen long ago by our Heavenly Father above. It's time to get real with God because he's always been real with you. There is an anointed reality that every woman either has or needs to come to. Self-help books, yoga, or paying someone to fix your life just won't do it. I promise all you ever need is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Get in your prayer closet, lay on your face, and spend time worshiping our Lord and Savior. It's time to let it sink in, sis. You are of a royal priesthood covered in favor. And for my sisters who know who you are, don't hold on to your truth. Please tell someone about it. Be the Naomi that teaches and nurtures Ruth. Don't commit the sin of silence and hold back on the glory of God of your life. Tell your sister, daughter, cousin how God came and freed you from your strife. Tell of your ratchet days and how you never thought you'd make it out. Give your real testimony. I'm talking about the ones that make the saints shout. I'm talking about the one that had you trapped in sin. I'm talking about the one that kept you so long from letting God all the way in. It's time to be real with our sisters sitting on the buses or in them pews. Let them know you wasn't born with them hats on or them church shoes. Let them know how God himself turned it all around. Like the woman at the well who met Jesus and was no longer bound. I tell you, there is an overflow of greatness that flows in us. I say this without a doubt. Yet the activation is the word of God. His two-edged sword will always work it out. And if you don't like to read, or you find yourself falling asleep by the third verse, then when you pray about God's word, ask him to increase your hunger and your thirst. I promise it's God's perfect will, and he will surely grant your request. Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. Knock, well, y'all know the rest. Years ago, I asked God for an increase, and surely it was on the way. Because now my spirit yearns for the word of God every single day. We are here, one for another, in representation of God's kingdom on earth. We are ordained to be his daughters before the day of our birth. Sisters, let's stand on the rock that has always been called Jesus. We are the apples of God's eye. I promise you he sees us. We are blessed women of God. He is the superhero who came to save our life. So ask him to order your steps and give yourself back to him as a holy sacrifice.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody
Good
doing
morning.
out there? This is Sistas United. This is Sistas United. Thank you so much for getting on with us today. I'm stepping in for Miss Queenie. She's just all over the place doing her thing, doing God's will. So, sometimes, God pulls you in another direction and you have to put different things into place to take care of things that was initially put there. Everything that God brings to us to do is always on a big scale. So sometimes we have to allocate certain people to do other things, for us. So that's where I'm at. I'm willing to step in and do what needs to be done. So I'll be with you today. I want to go ahead and introduce who we have with us. I see one with us. Give me 1 second. Who is joining us with with last four digits 0993? Who's with us? Who is with us with last four digits 3627? Can you hear me? Okay.
Hello?
Who's with us? Okay, who's on the line with us?
This is Keisha. That's 3627. Can you hear me
All
now?
All right, Miss Keisha. Yes, ma'am, I sure
Okay.
can.
Okay.
How are you doing today?
I'm great, and how are you?
I am blessed and highly favored. God is good.
Great.
All right, and we have, yes, ma'am, and we have 0993.
That's me. That's Sultry. Good morning, y'all.
All right, Miss Sultry. We're doing great. How are you?
I am blessed, honey.
All righty. Good deal. All righty. I know y'all had the opportunity to hear the recording from earlier as we came on, giving us some inspirational words of wisdom, inspirational things to start our day out with and to carry with us even when that day gets rough and tough. So sometimes it does. Sometimes life gets rough and tough. Sometimes it's not just one day. Sometimes it's more than one day. So definitely we need to have something to fill us up and help us carry us the rest of the way. So I want, if Miss Keisha could good morning and start us out with something real quick, and then we'll have Miss Sultry give us something to start out with, and then we'll start getting these topics. So, Miss Keisha, how's everything been going for you? Miss Keisha, you still with us?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had the mute on. I'm in this mute. I said,
I was
I know.
When I told everybody, I would say, make sure you take yourself
your
off
mute
mute
off.
and tell us about today.
Yes. Everything is pretty much going well, just taking one day at a time and, still kind of staying in while everybody else is doing what they do. But, I'm doing really well. For some reason, I can't go live this morning on my page. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. Yeah.
Well, sometimes that internet gets full and it starts. I sometimes have that issue. I try to go live and can't go live for whatever reason. I think it's probably just a big crowd of people getting on.
Yeah.
So, but definitely, we'll definitely make sure we share the link so everybody can get the opportunity to hear everything that what we're talking about on here and what topics and everybody's viewpoint and because it gets hot here.
Yeah.
So definitely. All right. And Miss Soldry, if you could take yourself off mute and tell us what you've been up to and give us some information, give us some sultry.
Yes, indeed. I am doing wonderful. I have a few projects in play. On tomorrow on my live social production page, I'll be doing an 80s theme, so we're going to play some 80s music and bring it all the way back and, have the people of our generation, listen to what we used to listen to and show these kids what music is, where it started at our country. So I have a line of products that are coming out and pretty soon, so I've been pretty busy with my brand, so looking forward to everybody
Soldry is telling
jumping
you
on
just
tomorrow.
about what she has coming in, so I'm going to give y'all the numbers to be interested in calling in.
Yes, and so that's pretty much what I've been up to.
All right. Good deal. All righty. Well, basically me, myself, I've still been pre-selling my book. This book is Why Is Your Refund So Low? It's a book targeting for business owners. So to help them be able to get ready for the upcoming tax season. Most people have a misconception. They think taxes is just one part of the year. In actuality, it's more than one part of the year, especially if you're a business owner. You have to prepare for that tax season to ensure that you're getting the best return possible, even if you're hiring out for somebody or if you're opting to do your own taxes. If you're hiring out for somebody, you definitely want to make sure you're prepared, such as, your record keeping and so forth. So that's what that book is designed for. Definitely want to make sure you check it out. It's $20 for shipping and handling. If you're interested in pre-ordering your book, then, you go to www.Tammy, spelled as my name, TAMMIE, Lily, LLILLY.com. And let's see, and I do this wonderful show right here. I get extra excited. I get amped up at the beginning of the week because I know I'm getting ready to go into this doing this show, and I believe that this show is God ordained. I think it's something that we need to do for our sisters and show the world that we are more than just fighting and bickering, that we can unite, and put this tool into place. So I'm so grateful for Miss Queenie bringing about this platform, and I'm excited to be a part of it, and I'm excited to have the ladies a part of it because I know each and every one of us are a piece of the puzzle and can help bring about the things that we need to bring and the changes that we need to bring. So thank you so much, ladies, for continuing to be with us. All right, let's get into the meat of this show. Let's talk about some topics. So there's a lot of wonderful topics that have been put in the group, the Sistas United group, a lot of great topics. Sometimes you can talk about topics that's not as deep, to kind of loosen the tension and so forth, but definitely we want to get into the meat of these topics. So start out with Miss Soldry. Miss Soldry, give us what you have and, give your viewpoint of it, and then we'll move to Miss Keisha.
All right. I saw that
And
okay, so I saw that we had some topics on the page, and one caught my attention, and it was asking about our pet peeves. I want to talk about that because I know people probably saying when they looked and they saw I said don't kick me. That's a big pet. People don't kick people, but yeah, pretty much. I end up losing a friendship because we were talking about what our pet peeves were, and I told my friend, my best friend, he was a guy, that one of my pet peeves was people kicking me, putting their feet on me, and he's like, "Oh, I can't believe you get mad if somebody kick you." I said, "Yes, I would because your feet belong on the ground." I was always taught that when I was little. So I feel like you kick somebody, you're degrading them. So I guess he thought that I was just joking, and he kicked me. That was the end of our friendship. Really, keep your feet to yourself. Keep them on the ground. That's where they belong. I don't know why people tend to think that a person's pet peeve shouldn't be their pet peeve, but whatever just rubs you the wrong way, then I think people should respect that, because anybody tell me their pet peeve, I do my best not to do that because I don't want you to upset, because I know how that I do not like. So that was one to talk about, kind of get clarification on for everybody who probably read over and was like kicking. But yeah, that's my pet peeve. So
hey, I think that's something that needs to be talked about, because I you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and let Miss Keisha tell her viewpoint about that, and then I will chime in on it after Miss Keisha does.
Okay, well, I think that we all have little soapboxes and things that really irritate us. If we had a conversation, mine is I don't like to repeat myself. And when I say that, I don't mean like you're not understanding and we're talking about it. After it has been established what I've said, and I know you understand and you understand what I said, then I have to say it again. My question is, and I don't know why I don't like to repeat myself, but, that's one of my things. And I also agree with Sultry. I don't play the kicking or whatever, and maybe that was in that because, we kind of grew up in the same area. Maybe that was a thing for mamas and grandmamas in that area. I mean,
right.
But your feet go on the floor. Do not raise your foot to my behind. Like, that is a major fighting point. That is it.
Right.
You sit on me, it's over.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. It is over. You keep your fluids and your feet to yourself. The F and F, keep it to yourself. Keep fluids to yourself.
Right.
So, and I think that people should respect those things or whatever. I mean, some people may, feel that what irritates you is very minor, but they don't know your story or where you came from. So you can't say, well, that's nothing at all, and, that shouldn't bother you or whatever, because it does. So that's established now. Try it.
Right. I feel like people just need to respect people's period. If I don't like it, I just don't like it. I don't care if you don't
like it. Exactly.
It's major to me, so please don't do it.
Yeah, me and my guy have this ongoing issue. It's this nickname that I will not say, but I hate it. I've explained to him why I don't like it, and he insists on doing it. So, I think it's just really, to me it's to a point where it's disrespectful, So I just hang up the phone, and then he gets mad or whatever. You upset yourself because you already know how I feel about that. So
Right. I totally understand it. I think people tend to think that, you're just joking, and they think that, you're not going to do anything or say anything about it. But anybody knows me, they know that when I say what I say, I mean what I say. So
I know that's right, yeah.
I don't care if you think I'm playing, don't play with me. If you kick me, that's a wrap. Then you push it, there might be a fight. Don't put your feet on me.
I know that's right.
All right.
I understand.
Okay. My input on that one is I think it's basically pet peeves are something that are to be taken seriously, no matter if you feel like it's a big issue or not. You should take it seriously. If somebody says, I do not like you to do this, then just respect it. You know, why is it that people don't respect other people's differences? You know, and I think that's a lot of our issue in this world is people don't respect other people's differences. And I think that the issue, the statement about kicking somebody can be taken as a metaphor, kicking somebody when they're down, you know, to the point where they're in a low place in their life and people want to, you know, belittle them because of what they're going through. But the reality is, while you're down, you know, when you get back up, that could be the same person that turned around and kicked you could be down there the next day. And the reality is we never know where we're going to be at in life. You know, from day to day, things change. You know, situation changes, such as this COVID virus thing. You know, people that was going to work making all this money, and now they're at home and they can't go to work. You know, so they have to make other accommodations. And so now they're feeling, you know, some of what, you know, others have felt.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can see it here if you call in. I'm sorry, I got a live going. And I think it's literally, you know, people putting their feet. You know, some people just don't like feet. I don't want your feet on me. Stop kicking me. I mean, and it's to some people it sounds silly, but to others that's a real issue.
No, that's
and I know I spoke about my pet peeve was being a butt of a joke. I can't stand being a butt of a joke. I can't stand people teasing me. I've never liked that. You know, I can deal with it for a short period of time, but after a while, it infuriates me. And I've got to the point where I used to just, you know, walk out the room. You know, I leave. You know, to the point in for me, and I just simply leave if a person can't respect the fact that I don't like to be the butt of the joke. I really don't. I don't joke with other people like that. I don't tease other people, nor do I like to be teased. So I try to always treat people how I want to be treated. So my pet peeve is being the butt of the joke.
I know, and you know what? I get you. You know, and my thing is, a joke is supposed to be funny. So if everybody's not laughing, to me it ain't that funny. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And if you want to be a comedian, take your behind to a stage. You know, somewhere or whatever. You know, don't play with me like that. You know, whatever. Well, a lot of people, you know, or whatever. I'm a real cool person, very loving or whatever. But that's the her you want from me. You know, you start doing extra stuff, it can get real cute. Not for you, real soon. You know, whatever. Just stop. I think that, just like you said, Tammy, I think people should allow people to be, you know, like who they are. Like what, you know, what makes you feel that you're the govern all of, you know, whoever the govern some. And then most of the people sitting up doing that stuff, if you really peek into their windows when nobody's around, they're in complete shambles anyway. You know,
right. That's why I say, you know, everybody's house is made of glass, so stop doing stuff that you feel like you don't want people to do to you. Mine comes back from when I was a child, and my grandmother and them talked about the slavery days and how they were kicked and spit on and everything. And she told me, don't ever let nobody kick you because you're not a dog. Don't let them kick you because they feel like you're beneath them. And that was something that I carried from a childhood, and I talk about a lot of stuff in my childhood because that's what made me the woman that I am today. Things that I will allow and things that I won't allow. And I have, had to understand. I mean, I have to make people understand that, you know, that's just a pet peeve of mine. I just don't do it. And I think people, like I said, people think it's funny because, like, oh, that's nothing. But yeah, if you really look at it, this is what they did to my ancestors to make them feel low. You're not going to do that. What I ask, because I respect everyone. I don't disrespect nobody. So if you tell me you don't want something done, I do not do it. Not willingly, knowingly doing it to hurt you, no. So when you said about the butt in a joke, I totally get that, Penny, because sometimes people think they're talking over your head and making a joke that you missed, and that really agitates me when you think that you can make me the butt in the joke, especially when you think that I don't realize you're talking about me. Yeah, I think we're all grown and we shouldn't have to talk about each other. We should be able to come to each other like women. That's the issue that we've been having all our lives, men and women. We seem to say we are adults, but can't come to each other when we're having an issue about something. So, yeah. People just respect people.
Yes, ma'am, I agree. And my thing is, you know, you got some people that love a joke. They will love a joke, and that's what they live for, you know. But, you know, unfortunately, unfortunately, I'm just really not interested that, me personally. All right, Miss Keisha, take yourself off mute, and what kind of topic you have for us today?
My topic today is, what I want to talk about is, stop expecting things from people that you're not willing or that you have not or would not provide yourself. You know, all too often people are selfish and don't really realize it. And, you know, I really didn't think about that, you know, but it's the truth. People will sit up and expect you to cater to them, hand, foot, and nail, and they won't even lift a jelly jar to somebody's mouth that can't hold a cup.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And, you know, it has to stop. People have feelings, and, I mean, you know, if you're married, it should be a teamship, you know, whatever. I'm doing for you, you doing for me, or whatever. You know, things shouldn't be one way because, truth be told, you know, even in a friendship, in a relationship, even with your own people, you know, it usually comes a time where you need that person that you treated poorly. What kind of treatment do you really expect to get?
Right.
You know, when you, you know, poured into this person, you know, done, and, you know, they don't even realize, you know, that they're being selfish, or they don't realize. You know, I think that people really need to take a retrospective look at themselves. And, you know, and if the same person or people are telling you the same thing, then I'm willing to bet it's pretty much the truth. You'll have to turn the light on yourself, like what was his name? The comedian, real goofy guy, Jerry. What was his name? Jerry Lewis.
Oh,
Jerry
yeah.
Lewis, people said that he was so like annoying with all of the things that he used to do, and I believe he got a parrot, and the parrot, you know, was mimicking him or whatever, and he couldn't even stand the bird, but he's just doing what you were doing. You know, turn the recorder on sometime and listen to the conversation that you have with people that are constantly telling you that you're foul. You know, that are constantly telling you that you make them feel a certain kind of way. I guarantee you the things that spew from your mouth when you're talking to them are things you would not be willing or willing to accept at all. You know, and take that to heart, you know, if you really want to change. Some people really don't want to change. They want to be stuck in their unreal place so that they can continue to do whatever it is that they're doing without feeling affected by what other people say. And that's wrong anyway. People like that you should just really run from. But, you know, so that's my thing or whatever. Stop expecting things from people that that you're not willing to, that you won't offer yourself. You know, I stood up and listened to somebody near India to me, always talking about like you know, like their buddies and their friends, how they don't do this and do that. Oh, and I would help them or whatever, but it's really not helping them, it's hurting them. You know, when you're behind, turn around and it's the same thing. The same things you are complaining about are the same things that you do to people. You know, but you don't have a issue with it when it's your shoe, you know, on your shoe walking on them, but when it's their shoes walking on you, oh, well, it's a problem. That means it's a problem anyway. So
I don't think people honestly see it.
See, and that's what I'm saying. What you should do, record yourself. Because if you're having these conversations or whatever, these things are coming from your mouth. And you know how you feel.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to see it yourself or whatever. Record, just play it back and listen. I bet they'll stop. Because the very thing that's annoying them is who they are. So how can you be annoyed by yourself? You know, it's what you're doing. So
yeah.
That's
I think sometimes it's just honestly, sometimes you got some people that just honestly don't see what they're doing, and you got some people that don't care. So you got two different kind of people that is not able to see it, and it's a lot easier. It's like a perspective thing. If I'm in the middle of it, I can see certain things versus what I see when I'm on the outside of it. When I'm outside looking in, then I can see the whole entire situation. You know, that's why, you know, when you have people that they go into court or they have to have mediators because they have to have certain people to see things that nobody else sees. But I think that's a very, very, very good topic. People have expectations and they don't want to reciprocate. They don't want to give that same thing that they're expecting from others. And that's what it boils down to. Treat people how you want to be treated. You know, I'm a big advocate of support begets support. I mean, if I hashtag it whenever I'm writing something and I think about it, I hashtag support begets support because I want people to support me. You know, I have things that I'm doing. You know, I've been a business owner for a long time now because I've basically been catapulted into this entrepreneurship world because I have a special needs baby. So me personally, I can't work a regular 9 to 5. You know, because I have a special needs kid. So I need to have the flexibility that I need to have in order to be there for him, even when he was in school now, even when he was in school, and even now that he's not in school. So I've always been a big advocate of supporting other business owners, especially small business owners, because I want you to support me, you know. If I go out and I'm advertising something, you know, I can't expect you to buy my book if I never bought your book or if I never took the time out to at least share, you know, what you're doing. So, you know, I'm just, you know, and I'm not a perfect, you know, person, but my objective is to get as close to perfection as possible, humanly possible. I mean, that's just me in a nutshell. But, you know, and again, you know, on the flip side of that, I guess I don't expect everybody to be that way. It really necessarily doesn't matter to me if somebody gives me that same amount of support because I'm still going to be supportive. I will probably be more prone to be a little bit more supportive of that person if they're supportive of me, but I'm going to try to support everybody because I want them to support me. And that's me in a nutshell, you know. Miss Keisha, what you feel about this subject?
You mean sultry?
Miss Sultry, I'm sorry, I do apologize. Miss Sultry, how you feel about this subject? That was Miss Keisha that brought that topic on.
Take your
Miss Sultry, what you think?
Yep. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to take and apologize and take care of business on both ends, y'all. So bear with me.
No. Yes, ma'am, I understand. Many hats, that's what we wear.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Okay, my phone just switched over. Okay, like it's doing what it wanted to do. Okay, so you were talking about Keisha. Your question was why is it that people are selfish? I heard some of it, but I was in the midst of trying to take care of the business. So I know you were saying something as far as people being selfish in relationships. I guess. As far as they don't want to do,
not necessarily in a relationship. Just
period. As
people expecting things from other people that they're not willing to provide themselves, or willing to do themselves.
Right. And see, I've always had an issue with that because see, I'm a giver. I'm a taker too, so I'm not just a giver, or I'm not just a taker. I'm pretty much right there in the middle. I give and I take or whatever, but I take because you give to me. But what I was taught that when you give somebody something, you do it from the kindness of your heart. But I also realized that my uncle was telling me that if you keep on giving, and no one ever gives you, then they're going to take all that you have. Once they take all that you have, and you need something, they're going to turn their back on you. He says, so you got to be careful what you do when you, sometimes we think that we're helping people when we're actually hindering them.
Yeah.
We won't allow them to fall and let them pick themselves up. We stop them from falling before they hit the ground, and we keep picking them up so they'll never understand the meaning of I was down and out, and I picked myself up by the bootstraps. And, so I don't like selfish people. I feel like it's too easy to help people when they need help. And if they've been there for you, how does the saying go? A person will only do to you what you allow. So if you keep allowing them to take, and they keep saying, I'm going to give it to you, I'm going to give this, and they never do, then how long do you wait for that person to get it together? Me personally, hey, I got to let go because I feel like, I don't see this as running to a dead end. I'm always giving you, and you always taking. So therefore, you don't have no concerns about how I feel about the situation. Whether you're a friend, you're a mate, you're a husband or a spouse, a wife, it doesn't matter. The whole point is I try to raise my children when I feel like I've raised my children to understand that it's all right to give and it's all right to take, but don't be a taker all your life and don't be a giver all your life. Pretty much try to be in the middle and treat people accordingly. That's how I feel. If they gonna do you, do them. It's how I feel, and that might sound wrong or mean or whatever. I don't care because I have seen many people with males, as for females taking care of males, and I've seen males take care of females and vice versa, whatever, and that's okay. But if he's getting so much out of you that it's draining you, baby, you need to let go. And if she's taking so much from you that she's draining you, it's time to let go. I mean, I get that we have love in our heart. You can still love somebody and not deal with them, and you can still pray for them. That's what I've learned at 49 years old. Well, I learned it before then, but most definitely at 49 is that sometimes you can't help people. You can only pray for them and step back and let God do what he do. And then he's trying to whoop that person. Guess who we going to whoop to? Me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to step back. So I step back. My grandmother told me if you can't do nothing, you can feed somebody. That is true. But if you keep feeding the person, and they just never doing for themselves, when you can't even feed yourself, they pissed at you because you can't feed them. They don't care that you're not eating. They're pissed that you still can't feed them. So people got to be careful of that. It has to be equal.
I agree.
That's my
very well put,
Mm-hmm.
sister.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, honey. We as people
I'm
have
looking
to learn
at
that.
some topics. I was looking at some topics that I had put on the page, and I'm a little scared to bring this one topic up because, oh my goodness, it's just when I seen it, I was just absolutely ready to be in tears, and it just hurt my soul. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring it. It's a young lady. I think she's supposed to be an actress. I'm not exactly sure. Miss Charlize Theron. She adopted some babies, 2 little black boys to be specific. And the 2 little black boys, she is raising them as girls. She's walking, and one of the older little boy has a tutu on with some ballet shoes on. I don't know if they came from ballet or what have you. And not saying anything is wrong with a young man doing ballet. That's not the issue. It's how these babies are dressed. And the other little boy has a tutu on as well. And when I first seen the picture, I thought they were little girls until I ran down. Somebody had put that they was upset at it, and I'm like, okay, well, where's the upset at? I know, I prefer black babies. Me personally, I feel like black babies should be with black parents. So because you can't teach blackness. Blackness has to be showed, and if you're not in that world, you don't understand that world. You know, you don't have that certain skin color.
Okay,
You
I have
cannot
a question.
understand it. And it's just the way of the world. People want to be colorblind, but the reality is the world is not colorblind. The world is full of colors. So, but after looking down further, I was like, oh, my God, these are little boys. And I'm just like, I felt so many different ways. One of my things was you confusing these babies. And another thing was black men have enough problems as it is, adding to it. You know, what if this is these babies grow up to be big boys, and then you then confuse them, and you hear the stories all the time. You know, our black man being gunned down by the police, and not only being gunned down by police, but like the young man that was jogging, just gunned down. You know, and said that he fit some kind of description of a robber. And I don't care if he had the ski mask still on. You had no business running this man down and gunning him down. I mean, they held a shotgun to this young man's stomach and shot. So, back to the picture at hand, you know, our black men already have enough problems, and then here you come, add more problems. And my thing is, you know, I don't know, you know, I feel like it's a level of abuse, you know, and at what point are we going to draw the line that we stop allowing ourselves to be abused? Point are we going to draw the line and say you're not going to abuse our children anymore? You know, you know, these are our babies, you know. So I mean, I got so many different feelings about this particular picture. I mean, I was so mixed feelings with it, and I almost teared up, and I was just like, this is just horrible, 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 horrible. So, Miss Keisha, what's your outlook on that? Did you get an opportunity to see the picture?
I saw it. It's not new. It's something that you know, it was out before. And my thing is, if you wanted, I don't know, when I originally saw it, I thought it was kind of degrading because, well, and let me go back to something you said. Of course, just like a single mother can't teach a son how to be a man, but their child, you know, they do the best that they can. There are so many black children in foster care and things like that, not being able to adopt. We as a people don't do a lot of adopting. So, you know, I feel that, you know, ultimately a child needs love, you know. So, you know, if there are people from other ethnic groups adopting children, I don't really have a problem with it at all. Like, it doesn't make me feel any kind of way or whatever, because it has to be a lonely life growing up in foster. You know what I'm saying? So if you have somebody, I don't care if they're black, white, whatever, Asian, you know, whatever, and they can love a child, then it's fine. I think that it is important, though, if you adopt a child of another, you know, race or whatever, well, you know, you should be versed, you know, even if it's through books, but, you know, maybe get some friends or, you know, something like that they can have play dates with and friends with or whatever, so that they can really kind of, you know, bond and relate to their culture. I don't have an issue at all with other people adopting people. I want to say that first. Okay, and then as far as the picture is concerned, when I saw that, so many thoughts came to my mind because just like the picture said, if she wanted girls, she should have got girls. I mean, it was degrading to me. Why would you uproot these children from circumstances of who knows, you know, and then you decide that they're going to be girls? You know, whatever. Children, you know, with the way the world is today, there's so many influences or whatever, and, you know, just things that they experience that may have them to come around to that, you know, eventually, you know, or maybe not. I'm not saying you should expect your, you know, your girl to want to dress like a boy, your boy to want to dress like a girl. There's definitely nothing that you should just be, expecting or whatever. But if it's going to come, I don't feel like it should be something that, that you are instilling in them. I don't know. Just leave them alone. If you're going to, I didn't like it. I mean, I really didn't like it, whatever, because she could have gotten girls, if that's what she was going to do. If she wanted a girl, I would like to interview her to really find out, like, what was her thought process? Or was there even a thought process? This is just something she came up with on the fly, or was it something that they may have done or come up with to make? I don't know. It's just I would like to have a conversation with her about her, her coming to that, to find out her side of the story, to figure out. And some people might say it ain't no side of the story, but I just want to know, whatever. I'm not one to just go ahead and crucify somebody before I understand that whatever. She could come from a crazy place, and it's just plain craziness. Well, that still don't make it right, but we just understand she crazy. Whatever. She's not working with a full deck, whatever. But it would, I would like to know, like, surely what was her thought process, so that I'm mad at the right thing, whatever, mad at the whole process, and not just what I've come up with.
Okay. Yes, indeed.
Miss Soul Tree, unmute and tell me what you chime in on this topic and what you think about it.
Okay, ladies. I can't say that I'm mad, and I'm going to tell y'all why. It's because growing up, I was tomboyish. I didn't want to wear girl clothes. I didn't want to wear dresses. I didn't want to do this, and my grandma allowed me to dress like I wanted to. That would make me dress like, that didn't make me gay. It didn't make me want to be a girl, a boy. She allowed me to be myself. And I think that what we don't realize, sometimes kids like what they like when we think it's inappropriate. And I said that because I was a tomboy. I wanted to wear jeans and tennis shoes and T-shirts. I wanted to run around without my shirt on. And I did for a long time until my mom was like, nope, you can't do that. You're a girl. You can't, now sooner or later you're going to be getting chi-chis up there. So, yeah, no. So, but now, as a grown woman, I am very well into loving my dresses. I love my sex appeal. I don't feel no type of way that I dressed like a boy when I was younger. It was something that I wanted to do. I don't know. I can't be mad if I don't understand if that was their choice. Because when my daughter, she was 5, she knew what she wanted to wear and what she didn't want to wear. I don't want to wear that. And do you not let them wear that because you feel like, oh, people are going to talk about me, people are going to feel, or do you let them children be themselves and like me? Hey, boom. Hey, sooner or later I start wearing the dresses and the heels and the makeup and all that kind of stuff because that's what attracted me. But I believe that if my grandmother would have forced me to put on these dresses and, I would have just, I don't know, I think she would have took a part of me away, my choice. And I think that a lot of us think that children don't have choices, and they do because we're teaching them that they don't have choices when they're little. So when they get older, they think that they don't have a choice. So I don't know. I wasn't mad about it. I was just like, I wonder why they have one. Did they choose that, or did she choose that? I mean, if she chose that for them because that's what she wanted to do, then I'll have an issue with it because now you're trying to force them to be something else. But if they chose that because, they liked it, they see it on TV, she watch a lot of ballet, and they seen it, I like it, I want to do that, I want to put that on, why can't I get it? And if you take them to the store and they want to get this, you're like, no, they're adamant about it. So I just think that sometimes we just need to let kids be kids and stop putting so much pressure on them about if they should be dressed like a boy or a girl. And I know a lot of people probably going to come for me. Please don't, because it's my opinion. But
send them to me.
Let that child be who they're going to be. You can't change it. Let them be who they be going to be, and just love them. That's all that I have to say on that. As far as adopting of races, different races, like you said, Keisha, I do agree. It's a lot of black children that are in the system that none of us are going to, we already have kids or grandkids that we're dealing with, so we're not going to go and get another person's child and take care of them. And unfortunately, it's other people that of other races that will go and get them for whatever purpose or reason, praying that it's to make sure the child has a better life. But being in that system can't be any better because you're getting treated badly, So you could get a person that got you and treat you bad as well. But, I don't have a problem with color. I never had a problem with who kid. I love the fact that you said that do a play date. Yes, get a play date with kids that are from their background. It don't have to be all of them, but they need to be able to see their culture. They need to understand that, this could be this, and this why this. I love that. But I don't know, y'all. I'm not upset about the picture because I know how I was when I was a child. So I got to go back. I tell people, we tend to forget who we were when we were young, and we only think about who we are now. So let's take that on back. Let's take it back, and I had to take it back. And so my granddaughter, she loves cowboy boots. And if I let her, I had to, she wore it with everything wherever we went. And I'm just like, God, I hate these boots. I just want to throw them away. She just loved them so much until she couldn't fit them no more. When she couldn't fit them no more, she put them to the side. I'm done with them. And now she's going to wear her tennis shoes, her little flats, whatever. But I didn't think she was going to ever get off those boots. But she did. So, I don't know, y'all. My opinion is different on that one.
All right. Well put. And that's why I said I want to know what her story is, because people can put anything to a meme and have you feeling a certain kind of way, or whatever. So I would like to talk to her to find out the real story behind, what it is that's going on. And you know what? And you're right. I didn't even think of it like that, because you have little girls, whatever, that want to wear, you have some little girls that decide that they are fairy. And everywhere they go, they want on butterfly wings and a tutu or whatever. Are they a fairy? No, they're not a fairy. It's just something that they're, acting out or whatever. So, maybe, maybe it was their choice, and maybe they'll be professional, dancers or theater people, or whatever. And, this is their way of, who knows? I didn't even think about that part.
Mm-hmm.
But, I just believe in people. I just wanted to, so I want the whole story.
I totally get that. I totally get that. You want to understand what was the rhyme or the reason behind it or whatever. But when I was looking it up, once I seen it on the post, I went on the original post, and a lot of people were saying, well, one is a girl and one is a boy. So I don't know. I said I need to go and research and see if both are boys, or one a girl or boy. Both of them are girls, and they just trying to make it seem like because their hair cut short and all that kind of stuff. Because, people like to start drama and mess. They like to separate us. So, therefore, it could actually be two little girls, and we just judging, thinking that it's, well, I'm not judging, but people are judging that, she doing this or she doing that, and it could actually be two little girls. Then what do you say after that? Then the next thing, why she get black kids? Because neither one of y'all did.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there.
That's why I always say you got to start taking responsibility for our own children, We need to step up. We got to step up for our babies, because those are our children, and nobody can ever teach you to be something that they're not, like you said with the single mother.
But, you look at our you look at our pockets and finances, and we're like, we don't have that money, the extra money to grab that child. And I know a lot of people that get kids, and they get it for the money. Like, don't get that child for the money. Get that child because they need to be loved, and you want to provide for them. See, it goes to a whole nother level of things that we as black people are afraid of. And I'm afraid, I don't know what's wrong with that child. Maybe his mom was on drugs, and he could be a drug addict, and he could come in and teach my kids this. Well, guess what? Hey, your child can meet kids like that child at school. So, what difference does it make? They're still going to be influenced regardless. I think that we don't realize that every person that we come in contact and our children come into contact, they're part of a village that they probably didn't realize, because they could have left a stain on your child's brain and never met that child again in their life. And that child can always remember that person because they did something so wonderful or they did something so horrible to them that is stained on their brain. So, that's, I don't know.
Children are a product of what they see. You have to give a child love and give them room to grow and give them. You just gotta love them. You don't know what that child has been through. But the bottom line is, if we start putting ourselves in the other person's shoes, the reality is all it took is a change of faith, and that could have been you. That could have been your child.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, though, but we won't do nothing about it. I don't understand that. I don't understand. I mean, I don't know.
And it is. It's easier said than done, but, somebody has to do it, and somebody has to make a conscious decision to do so, And sometimes, and a lot of times, some parents want to be adopted parents, but the system makes things so hard for you to adopt. They put the stipulations on things, and they put the spectrum on them of what makes a good parent, a bad parent, or make an ideal adopted parent, and an ideal adopted parent is not ideal. It was a situation where it was a woman who had a daycare, and the husband apparently was doing something to, one of the kids in the daycare. And it was found out that he was doing something to the kid in the daycare. And instead of them shutting that daycare down, they end up keeping that daycare open. And, nothing came up to that. So everybody's not an ideal. And the ones that they say is ideal is not ideal.
I totally agree with that.
We got 20 seconds on the air. And we're going.
I enjoy it tonight. Today.
And we're gonna go ahead and have to go ahead and close this on out because.
It's so what you love, Jones.
Right,
peace, love, and blessings.
So we only got a minute on the show. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is give each person 15 seconds to do their closeout, so we don't get cut off in the middle of the show.
This is always peace, love, and blessings.
All righty. Miss Keisha?
Look forward to y'all joining. Maybe I can get my live together next week or whatever. I may have to schedule it, but just evaluate yourself with dealing with others. Look forward to seeing you next week. Love you.
Yes, ma'am. Love y'all, too. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining in with us and those who called in joining us. And definitely make sure you catch the replay. It will be on social media platforms. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. See you guys later. See you the same time next week. All at this telephone number. Be blessed. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.